What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of Career Mode. It is episode number 10. We return today on the season opener at 2-0 loss to Wolves, but of course the 4 new signings as well. Starting with a bid for Connor Chaplin, who said, I need to let you know, I've been reading some stuff that people have been saying lately about me and my future. I just wanted to ask you, give me another chance to prove I'm the right man for the job here. And to be fair, we have discussed this. Several players' deals are coming at the end of the year. Chaplin is one of them. I was considering possibly just selling him, but last season, to be fair, got me a few goals, got me a few assists, and we don't really have that much in the way of first team quality. So I'm going to start today's episode off by extending that contract. I could ask him to take a slight pay cut, but if he turns it down, then I'm going to let him go. Yeah, we're signing a Morgan Gibbs White and Chaplin now dropping to the bench. He'd probably be like third choice CAM behind Sammy as well. I need him to reduce his wages and take a sporadic or rotation squad role. If he doesn't, in that case, I might just have to let him go. You know, this is one of my real big gripes with contract negotiations in career mode as well. You cannot alter a player's squad role. Whatever they want, you have to give them that or something better. They refuse to take a lower squad role. So with that being the case, I'm going to have to say to Connor, I'm sorry, bro, but you're going to have to go. We brought in Morgan Gibbs White. You're not going to start ahead of our new club record signing. 42 grand a week as well. Yeah, time's come to an end. Even though Sammy's a year older, he's got 3 years left on his deal. So with that being the case, I'm going to say to Connor, you can go in the summer window or in January. I don't mind. We said in the last episode, you got to make tough decisions when you want to make the next step up, and that is one of them. There's also a bid for George Hurst as well. Didn't score me a single goal last season. Luton Town still in the Championship. Going to try and negotiate 3.5 mil with Rob Edwards and possibly look for a new backup striker. Last year, Delap, our top scorer, was 7. Hurst didn't score me a single goal. Al Hamidi only got me 1 in the penultimate game of the season. I think for this year, with a little bit of money we've got remaining and the 3.5 mil we'll get off Luton Town as well for Hurst, I could do with a backup striker this year. And Al Hamidi is also wanted by Cincinnati of the MLS. But to be fair, I might just keep him as third choice, because he doesn't complain, to be fair, ever. So I'm totally fine just letting him stay as the squad striker, if you will. And there we go, Hurst off to Luton Town, and we'll get a little bit of money. So there's not a great deal remaining in the budget right now, but there should be just about enough for a backup striker. And the window coming to its close, really, I like how the squad is being built. I like the 4 new signs we've brought in. I think we just need a backup striker for when Liam Delap needs a breather that I have faith could possibly bag me a couple of goals, 2 or 3 for the season. That would do. Well, let's jump into the first game of the season anyway. Aston Villa at home, heading into this one at Portman Road on the back of the opening day loss away at Molineux. I think our home form this season is going to be really, really important. If once again we want to stay above the bottom 3 and make sure we make a little bit of progress. Last season finishing with 37 points. This year, my target is going to be around 45, 46. Get the first of those 3 here. Coming Ipswich Town. Yeah, you never want to take steps backwards on a journey. I mean, it sounds obvious, I know, but you want to make sure that even if you're not making like massive strides forward, you're not backpedaling. That's like the last thing you want to do when you've got a long journey, long road to go on, long road to glory. Last thing you want to do is go even further away from your destination. Sam Morsey, the captain, is denied. Good start, good early shot on target. We did that on Molineux too, and ended up losing there 2-0. We've got to score more goals this year, so that's the most important thing. I mean, last season, league's lowest scorers. Oh, and it's another good save, and literally only just avoided equaling the lowest record of 20 with 21. This is much better, really assertive right from the get-go, but just missing that finish to give us the opener. We deserve it, we've got it. Luke Wolfenden's first of the season, Ipswich's first of the season, and a deserved opening goal at Portman Road. Tractor boys in front. Oh, no, Christensen caught out, and Villa on the run down the left-hand side, working it in. Ball through, great save by Muric as the flag stayed down. And get the danger away. Really the only chance Villa had, thankfully Muric to my rescue, still leading by 1. It's a nice ball by... Hold on. Brilliantly done. Excellently done. Wonderful move. Gibbs White also denied. Another great save. And not me for that keeper, would be at least 2 or 3 up here, and that's an easy claim as well. It's all Ipswich. These are the games, man. When you're on top, you've just got to make sure that even if you can't... Yes, winning Gibbs White. Even if you can't get a second goal, Hutchinson! Yes, but we have! I was going to say, just don't let your opponents off the ropes. But Amari Hutchinson gets his second for the club. I think he only scored one last season, but it's only taken him 2 games to get one this year. The lap to Amari. I said this year the boys are going to come good. They're going to get better. They're showing it on match day 2. Track the boys. Tune it up. This has been one of our best performances since we've been here. Buzzing with this. Absolutely buzzing. I mean, the performance has been sensational. And without a shadow of a doubt, one of our best performances since we arrived here. Didn't play like this a lot last season. I can count on one hand how many games we played like this last season. I'm being honest, I can probably count on one finger. But this game has been fantastic, man. We've been at Aston Villa from the get-go. It's been all Ipswich Town. Gibbs White has been brilliant as well. And he almost got himself his first goal as well. But this is so much better. So much better. Playing with purpose, playing with intensity, being assertive, being attack-minded. We just didn't do that enough last season. This has been so encouraging. Yep, I would probably say this has been our best performance of the save thus far. And it was in our second game of Season 2 and our first home game this year as well. I said this year, I think our home form needs to be really consistently good if we are to improve on last season, and that is the perfect start of being a good Unai Emery Aston Villa team. Buzzing with that, not just a result, again, but the performance as well. Things just clicked in that game so much better. Yeah, I mean, as we said, the gameplay this year, I really enjoy it. I must say, it's slower, it's, more technical based, it's a lot more realistic, but in general as well, it's more difficult. It's more difficult as it should be as well. So I really, really like it this year. And it does mean when you get a good win and you've played well, there's a real sense of satisfaction behind it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm buzzing with that. But let's try and follow it on as well in the following game. Oxford United, the U's coming to Portman Road. It's the EFL Cup. It's the second round we enter. And once again, for another year of career mode, the Carabao Cup doesn't count towards your manager objectives. With that being the case, I'm not fussed. Back upside out. If we go through, go through. If there's a cup set and we go out, fair enough. Let's see how we get on. Come on the tractor, boys. Yeah, I saw after the win Man City had in the League Cup last week against Watford, Pep Guardiola, who's won the competition quite a few times now with Man City since he's been there, saying he's not going to waste time and waste his players' energy on the League Cup because there's just too many games to play. And of course, as we saw against Arsenal, Rodri, who had been vocal recently saying that players are close to striking because there's just too many games to play. And then, of course, unfortunately, he ends up getting done out for the season with the injury against the Gunners as well. That's going to be a massive blow for Man City. Rodri out for the season. As I said before, he's one of the best players in the world, in my opinion. Not even close. I mean, it's just too many games. It's just too many games. And, someone who's been watching football since the age of 6, and, obviously I've loved the sport. Since I've been a kid, more and more games get added to the calendar, more and more games to play. It is true, there are just too many games, and I think with the Rodri injury after he said recently players are worried about the workload. I know Alisson, Liverpool goalkeeper, has talked about it as well. Something's got to give. Something has surely got to give, and in my opinion, I've said it before and I'll say it again, but the League Cup, I know it's been going for many, many decades now, but too many games. You got to scrap it. It's not worth it nowadays, in my opinion, as Mumba is also denied, and we still find ourselves down by 1. The League Cup has lost practically, not all of its prestige, but a hell of a lot of it. And in my opinion, it's time to scrap it. Yeah, if you look at the traditional top 5 European leagues, only England have what you call a League Cup. Germany have got the DFB Pokal, but no League Cup. Spain have got the Copa del Rey, but no League Cup. Italy have got the Coppa Italia, but no League Cup. And recently, the only nation that did have what you call a League Cup alongside England was France. France had the Coupe de la Ligue, but a few years ago, they scrapped it. They scrapped the Coupe de la Ligue, and they reduced the amount of members in Ligue 1 from 20 to 18. And listen, I'm not saying that's attributing completely to their success on the international stage over the past few tournaments, but I definitely think it helps when you reduce the workload of those players. So yeah, I'm in favour of it. I'm not sure if I would scrap the Premier League's 20 members to 18. I'm not sure I'd reduce that. Don't know about that one, but definitely get rid of the League Cup. I mean, don't get me wrong, when the FA Cup comes around, I'll certainly try and get further than we did last year, getting knocked out in the third round by Newcastle away. But as for the League Cup, we could be going to the semis, or maybe not the semis, but definitely the quarters, and I'd still be fielding completely rotated lineups. Just not of any interest to me at all. And the board share that sentiment as well. It's time to go, FA. Scrap it as Chaplin finds Bay is also denied. We still find ourselves... Oh, what a turn, Chaplin. And the ball. And there's the finish to the second half asking. Bay missed the final third of last season, or quarter of last season. But I liked him when he came in from Stoke. And he's just put us in front as we complete the turnaround. Can you imagine the irony of, like, downplaying the importance of this competition so much, talking about how in every round we're going to be fielding backup sides and going all the way to the final with a shot at winning it in this season? I mean, there's a long way to go until then. I think we're going through tonight, but yeah, long way to go until then. So I guess we'll see. If we get to the semis, I'll start to take it a little bit more seriously. But yeah, until then, it will be backup sides. But Bay has been sensational out there tonight. He's got, I think, an assist and 2 goals as well, as the South Korean, on his first start since injury, is ensuring the turnaround is complete and Ipswich Town are going through. Like I said, man, we'll still be fielding backup sides for the next round, and possibly if we get through that as well after that too. But at least the cup set's avoided tonight, and we remain undefeated at Portman Road. We're into the following round. Yeah, solid job from the backup boys in that game as well, even though it was a now League One side in the save. But even so, job done. We'll take it. We'll take it. And in that following round, we should be able to see directly afterwards, when I can find out where I've got to go. Standings, there we go, and then over to the League Cup. It's starting to navigate it. Oh, great, Man City, but it's still quite slow. Well, anyway, okay, well, there's my answer. We're not getting through that round. Man City at home. Yeah, Pep might say he's not going to waste much time on the competition for this season in real life, but as a big comes in for Dara Roche from Athletic Bilbao, of course, turning it down for the realism. Yeah, it doesn't matter. His Man City's backup side is a hell of a lot stronger than ours, no doubt. Oops, no doubt about that. So, right, we've got Spurs away in our following game. Back-to-back wins in all competitions. Nice to see, but now Spurs away in North London going to be an incredibly tough game here to follow on from. We'll do our best, but I'll certainly take a point in our first away day result this season as we face Postecoglou's side in the capital. Spurs away, our following game, come on Ipswich Town. First time using the actual away kit as well, because the alternate is such a stark contrast to the primary. I've never needed to kind of like use the away kit, but it does look quite clean, I'm going to be honest here. And yeah, sorry for not getting the pre-match intro again. I keep forgetting you've got to hold down the square button to get it. Someone did say there was a way to always have it come through, but I can't remember how you do it. I'll figure it out. Anyway, I'm still getting to grips with the game for this year, man. Like I said, the gameplay is fantastic, as difficult as it is. Oh, as the post is clipped by Wilson Odobert. But again, for the menus and the actual interface of the game, I'm still getting to grips with it over a week later. Is that... It's going to drop to Dominic Solanke. I'm scrambling completely here in the early stages. What a terrible goal that is. I mean, literally, I thought we just made some great progress in the last 2 games. That is just like schoolboy stuff, honestly. That is like pub football, let alone National League. What was that? Corner whipped in. Free header, Solanke denied by Muric. And then, oh, for goodness sake, the rebound. I was trying to get away with, was that Greaves? I think it was Greaves there. And I love the mascot celebrations, I must say. And he just leaves the ball. I'm noticing that. We saw that a couple of times. Yeah, you see there with Greaves. Just leaves the ball. I'm noticing that a lot more. If the ball's 50-50 and it's not, 100% in your possession, you've got to go towards it. You can't assume that the player's going to go there automatically and then you can move forward with that. We got stung a couple of times like that last season with Leif Davis. And it's happened again. Spurs 2-0 up, Solanke the double. So past the hour mark, still down by 2. It's been a tough whole game out there, as expected here away against Spurs. To be fair, we have actually knocked the ball around nicely. Problem is, haven't found that killer ball yet, but... Oh yeah, really well done there. That's brilliantly done, but Hutchinson just couldn't get away. But this is, again, what I'm really, really liking. You can't just sprint through all the time like you used to be able to do. So, and again, whilst, once or twice it might work, for the most part, you've got to make sure your build-ups are good. right from the start, deep in your territory, to into the final third as well. It's so much more realistic. It's so much better. I have to say, I've got to give props to EA. I know you've heard me moan a little bit about this year's game with the menus and the UI and the interface in particular, but again, the part, it's got to be accurate. You've got it, but you can't get bailed out like you used to be able to do. Passes like that in previous versions, they'd always hit the recipient. The game would kind of help you with the power and the accuracy, but now you've got to get it spot on, otherwise you'll give it away. Madison looking for the third. Wolfenden is there. And as we will get it away, as I've given it away straight away, Solanke is going to get a hat-trick, and it is game. Yeah, your positional sense has got to be better, your passing's got to be better. Quite frankly, you've got to be better this year. It is such a more realistic, tactical, technical kind of game where you don't get the kind of help that you used to be able to do so. I have to say, this is so much better from EA. You know, so much better. I'm really hoping that in patches they don't change this gameplay. The gameplay is great. The menus are trash, but the gameplay is fantastic. But a 3-0 loss, and after back-to-back wins, brought back down to earth in North London. So, as deadline day is here, we start off with a bid for Leif Davis, but I'm turning this one down, man. I mean, Leif is going to be my captain, no doubt about that. I'm a massive fan of his, you know, I really am. Again, he's in my fantasy team, big fan of him. And again, at left back, man, he's got that spot locked up for all the years, I'd say. When Morsey retiring, he'll take the armband permanently from next season onwards. Looking at the team, again, it's around 14 mil in the budget, possibly a little bit less than that with wage budget considerations. But really, I don't know whether we should do anything or just let the money carry over till the January window. Again, possibly a new backup striker now that Hurst has gone, but really, I don't think we need one per se. Tyrese can play up there, Sammy can play up there, Chaplin can play up there, Morgan could do that role too. I don't think we really need anyone. Yeah, I have been looking at possible forwards up top or inside forwards that can do that role as well. There's Abdullah Sima at Brighton. I'm not sure if we want to take the step sideways too much. Quite like to look at this lad, Milicevic at KRC Genk. 6'3", different option with a good dribble on him and decent finishing as well. Then you've got the young Chelsea lads, Fofana and David Washington as well. Don't have a full scout report on the former, but I do on the latter. And the young Brazilian that, of course, started his career at Santos, then moved to Chelsea at such a young age. I think like Amari Hutchinson, a permanent move away, even after being with the Blues for such a short period of time, might do him some good. Hutchinson, of course, got me a goal a couple of games ago. He's a regular starter for us, and I might say to Washington, why not follow in his footsteps and come to us to compete with Liam Delap? We should be able to get him for, again, close to the market valuation. The only concern is that really high weekly wage. If he would take a lower squad role and also a lower weekly wage, yeah, I wouldn't mind this for a small transfer fee. So we'll go straight in with, let's go £4 million, 400k under the valuation. They say no, but again, you get a tension bar in the top right there. It's barely filled up. And again, a little tip for those that may be new to career mode or are about to get the game. When the tension bar literally barely fills up, it means that team you're negotiating with is more than happy to negotiate a much fairer price on your terms. So we'll stick to our guns, £4 million. And again, we're not going to budge. £4 million, Mr. Maresca, nothing more than that. And as you'll see, they say yeah the third time of asking. Always one of my quick tips for transfer negotiations. Keep an eye on that tension bar. The less it fills up, the more room you've got to negotiate. Al Hamidi might have got me one goal last season on the penultimate game of the season, but Hurst didn't get me a single one. If I'm being honest here, I didn't really fancy either of them to replace Liam Delap when our striker needed a breather. So for this year, I was definitely contemplating bringing in, if not a new starting striker, then someone that can at least compete with him for game time, and this guy definitely can. His time at Chelsea was very brief and comes to an abrupt end as we've brought him in, and whilst again, the salary on 30 grand a week might sound like a lot, it is a lot less than what he was being paying. I respect taking the wage cut for more first team football. He'll certainly get it here. Welcome to Portman Road, David Washington. Again, 6'2", shows great potential, and at just 20 years old as well, he's going to get good in the future as well. I'm happy with the signing. I really am. He's got enough quality to compete with Delap, and certainly someone I've got faith in bringing off the bench with the pace, the good dribbling, and the good finishing as well. This is a really smart pickup in my opinion, and I'm really happy with this one. So we'll get him on the target forward development plan, try and improve that reasonably low strength. At 6'2", try and make him better in the air as well. It's never a bad thing. David, welcome. Yeah, I don't think he'll start ahead of Liam Delap, but he's certainly someone I'll have a bit of faith in coming off the bench. I mean, they're given an important squad role, so I will certainly give him enough game time to be honest here, I have to say there's not a lot in it between the two of them. I do slightly prefer Liam Delap. Don't get me wrong with this. There's not a lot in it between them. I could see David taking his place if Delap goes on a goal drought for an extended period of time. I'll have that. And again, another signing coming in, another young talent, adding to the vision and not spending over the odds. It's really good, man. We're keeping faith and staying true to the Ipswich Town model under Kieran McKenna. I'm liking this. 6.7 mil. Any room for any more? No, I think we're done. I think we're done. There's several names still on the shortlist I would consider, but really, I think we're alright. I had considered Michael Golding and Harrison Armstrong, the young English CM duo, Harvey Vale at Chelsea as well. But really, I think we're okay. I think I'm going to leave that money to carry over until January. And if any deals are available then, and we need to make a signing, at least we've got some cash to work with. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with the squad. I'm okay with how it's looking. And again, we might have had a big loss there against Spurs. Might have lost on the opening day away against Wolves as well. But we've already got our first Premier League win, through to the next round of the Cup. Haven't blown up the wage structure, gone against the current model, but no, brought in some good young talents with potential. I'm okay with that. 5 new signings for the season, a new striker on deadline day. I'm liking the team. Yep, there we go. Deadline day comes to an end. Just the one signing, the new striker coming in, David Washington. Very happy with the pay cut as well. But the top deals were Nico Schlotterbeck leaving Dortmund to join Real Madrid for 87.4 mil. Wow, look at that. Bruno Fernandes at Bayern Munich going to try and help Harry Kane win that first major on 66.8 mil. And Bernardo Silva. Seems like every year there is talks he'll be leaving Man City. He finally has. He's off to Paris Saint-Germain for £64.2 million. We're a long way off those sort of deals, but I'm happy with the deals we have done for this season. So, why can't I find it? Oh, there we go. No, that's not it. Where's the scouting updates? Oh, look at that. We had bids on deadline day. I didn't even realise it. I had no emails coming. I had no notifications coming through. We had Palace putting in a bid for Leaf Davies, FC Cologne putting in a bid for Humphreys, and Las Palmas for Muric. I didn't see any of them. I didn't see any of those offers. Oh, come on, EA. Like, I know it sounds like I'm complaining a lot, but they've got to change this, man. You're not getting notified of deals like this on deadline day. Clearly, there's a problem. And there's another bid there for Sammy. I didn't see that either. This is crazy. And it's all for John. There's 5 deals there I didn't get a single notification of. That's ludicrous. Honestly, EA, they've got to do something about this, because this is not good. Well, anyway, we should have scouting updates from, England, Trinidad, Tobago, and Georgia as well. Let's see what we got. Where from the first month from England? Are we totally honest? I'm not totally sure. It's always a tease when the overall is so high but the potential doesn't match up to it. So no one making the academy this time. As from Trinidad and Tobago, looking for the next Dwight York. I'm very excited about this. I have to say, so far, no one. Okay, this is a really tough scouting start for me in FC25. I said before, it's a bit more realistic, but I must say, really, really struggling early doors to find anyone who I can just think, oh yeah, they are the real deal. We know that Price is that guy in the academy, but he's just a boy. He's only 14 years old, so we won't see him again until around season 4. It is much harder with youth scouting this year, I should say. Again, there are some really decent players in here, but we're not going to see the best of the bunch until at least season 4. That is so frustrating. I really wish EA would change it so you can play players. Oh, he's 15 now. You can play players under the age of 16. The clubs can in real life, so why can't you? And speaking of youth players, does Finland want me to take the national team job? Someone's unsettled, and that is Moses Hassan. Who is this right mid? Actually, I don't know which one it is. I don't know which Moses Hassan it is. I mean, it could be either. It doesn't go to that player though, so I don't know which one it is. I don't know which one's asked for the pro deal. This is so needlessly complicated. I'm going to assume it is the one with the higher overall and the older age as well. So I'll gamble it's only that one that wants the pro deal, and I'll add him to the loan list. Right, let's do 1 or 2 more games to end the episode there. Might end on this one, depends on how we get on. It's Southampton at home. Last 2 games at Portman Road. Our first 2 games at Portman Road this season, both wins. First in the league, then in the cup. Now back home, back in East Anglia, and possibly an early relegation 6-pointer. The Saints starting the season off in the relegation zone, us just above it. Big game here to possibly end on. Come on, Ipswich Town. I think the gameplay this year really is up there as possibly one of the best I've ever played. I mean that too. I mean, I know we're only a week in, but it really is enjoyable to play. It's so much more difficult. It's so much more challenging, but it is again more realistic, and I like the fact that again the loopholes and the exploits are far and few between compared to previous versions. It's just a shame that they changed the menus to what they are now. I don't mind more features. I don't mind more tabs, but it's got to be simple. Like I said, got to be simple. Functionality over everything. It's Gibbs White. It does find a bit of space to shoot, and it's fisted away by Ramsdale. And Morgan Gibbs White, we know he's got the pace and the agility to burst through a line himself, if not with a give and go. Good stop there by the former Arsenal keeper. As Wolfenden hits the roof of the net. Oh, hello. Poor pass that. Bay, make the right run. It's got to be one. It's got to be one. Oh, it's missed everyone. It'll drop to Christensen. He'll try his luck from range. Ramsdale manages to get something on it and then drops back to Bay. There's Leif Davis, we know can cross. In it goes, looking for Delap, whose header goes wide. But I think the flag was up anyway. Great chance there, just messed up the pass. Still 0-0. And again, that just goes to show you don't get away with it like you used to, man. You've got to be much more accurate. Southampton looking for a late winner in a game where I've not really been under much pressure. We're so frustrating to drop a point here. We'll take that back down. Away we go. Now we have got space on the counter here. Look at Hutchinson. Might have get a better chance than this. And I absolutely messed it up. Again, you've got to be so much better this year. It's brilliant though, it really is. Like, you've got to get so much better. You can't just play arcade football on the counter. Even your counters have got to have excellent passing. And you've got to take advantage when you get a moment. Liam Delap, can he finish? No, Ramsdale with the save. What a chance to win it. Yeah, bringing on Tyrese and Washington for his debut, although he's literally probably not going to touch the ball when he arrives on the pitch. Final chance from the corner. We scored one against Villa. Can we get another? Once again, looking for Wolfen and headed away. Then Southampton will escape. I mean, it's been a better start to the season than last year, no doubt about that. And what do we say? It's all about slow, gradual improvement. Don't take steps back. We've got a clean sheet. It's already our second of the season. It's not a win, it's not the extra 2 points we wanted, but it's better. It's much better from last season. We're getting there. Slowly but steadily we are improving, and we're getting there. But that'll do it for today's episode of Career Mode, guys. Big thank you for watching. Really hope you have enjoyed it. If you have, then please do drop a like. Watch you'll have a fantastic day. I'll return in the next one with the League Cup, third round against Man City, or I don't think we'll be getting through that, and more games in the Premier League where hopefully we'll get some more goals, some more wins, and some more points to start what has been an encouraging beginning to season 2. Have a great day, much love, and I'll see you for the next episode very soon.